In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to add a crimp bead onto the end of a wire. The reason you would do this is to attach it to either a chain, a jump ring, or perhaps a clasp. In this case, we're going to be attaching the wire to a clasp. So you start off with the crimp bead, which is a very tiny little bead specific to crimping, and you slide that onto the end of your wire. I usually go about 1 inch down. Then I add whatever I'm attaching it to. In this case, it's the clasp. And then you bend the wire back through the crimp bead, forming a loop, thread it through, and then you push the crimp bead all the way up flush against whatever you're attaching it to. So you'll see I've got the 2 wires there. Then you pick up your crimper or crimp tool. You'll notice there's 2 slots here. You have a top one and you have the one closer to your hand. You start off with the one closer to your hand. It's got a little grooved notch right there. And what you do is you're going to hold your wires separate from one another to ensure that you're closing the crimp bead into 2 spots around it. Then you insert it into that first hole and clamp down. Now you'll notice that it's created 2 little tunnels that the wires fit through. Then you're going to take the crimper again, turn this sideways, and now you're going to use the upper portion of the crimp to close it around itself, making a complete circle. And there you have it. Now some people don't like the look of a crimp bead, so they'll add a crimp cover, and that just pushes right over it. Now what you do is you thread on the beads onto the opposite end of the wire, pushing it all the way up, and then threading it through both wires so that you don't have any wire sticking out. You continue to thread the beads as such. Then when you get to the end of the wire, you're going to do the same thing to attach it on the other end to a jump ring or a chain or whatever you choose to do. What you would do there is you get to the end, you add on your crimp bead, thread it back through, and then back through some of the remaining beads. Pull it taut, crimp it, and then cut off any remaining wire that's sticking out of the beads. And there you have it. You can't pull your clasp off, the crimp bead holds it tight and secure.